Hi, welcome to KidTime. Today is August 30th, 2020. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Liz, and I am the Director of Children's Ministries here at Our Redeemer's Lutheran Church. Thank you for joining me. So here are the materials we will need today for our lesson. 1, God will bring peace worksheet and stickers. 2, glue stick and scissors, and 3, crayons, colored pencils, or markers. So you will find this worksheet right underneath of my video here on the ORLC live page. All you need to do is upload it or download it, print it, and then the next step is with the stickers. You're going to need to cut those out and have glue ready so that you can attach them for our lesson today. All right, that's it. Let's get started. We'll start by welcoming everybody to church this week. All right, so in our song, I'm first going to use my own name and the first time, and then the second time, you are going to jump in and use your name. But when I sing it, I'm going to use my own name again. All right, so here we go. Here's the example. Liz is here, Liz is here. Clap your hands and give a cheer. Liz is in God's house today. Hooray, 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 hooray. All right, so I'm going to do it a second time. You use your own name this time. Ready? Okay. Liz is here, Liz is here. Clap your hands and give a cheer. Liz is in God's house today. Hooray, 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 hooray. Awesome. So glad you guys are able to join. Alrighty, so today I want you to think about the people you know. Think about some people you know in your life, in your family. You probably know a lot of people. And do all the people you know always get along? Not all of them, right? Do people sometimes get mad at each other? I think some of you probably have experienced that, getting mad at each other, maybe your siblings, your brother, your sister. Do you ever get mad at someone? Definitely. I've been there. I can name lots of people that I have felt frustrated or maybe mad at. It happens. So let's imagine together. Think about what it would be like if everyone everywhere always got along. What could happen if people never got mad at each other? It'd be a pretty happy place, very calm, very peaceful. The Bible story that we're going to read today is about a promise that God makes. He promised that someday people everywhere would learn to get along and love each other all the time. We know we can trust God. God always keeps our promises. That's what's pretty great. So let's read the story and find out what it'll be like when God helps everyone live together in peace and love. So what do you see today in our picture, in our story picture? Okay, so we have an older man here. There's some people that look like maybe they're hiking up to this church or something, or building. Okay. How does it look like people are feeling in the picture? I would say they look pretty joyful, pretty happy. Yeah. So let's read the story and find out. All right, here we go. God will bring peace. Isaiah was a special man who gave people messages from God. Trust God, he said with excitement. Count on God to take care of you. Someday God will send us the Messiah, the great Savior and King. Isaiah shared a message about a time in the future when everyone would get along and live together in peace. He said, soon the mountain where the temple of God is will become the highest mountain of all. People will shout, let's hurry to the mountain. We will learn about God there. God will settle arguments between people. They will stop making weapons that hurt each other. Instead, they will make tools like rakes and shovels that will be helpful. People will not go to war against each other anymore. Then we will all live in the light of God together. That sounds like a really amazing world to live in. A world full of peace and happiness. Right now, it's hard for me to even imagine living in a world like that because sadly, we do have a lot of war, a lot of mad people who are mad at each other. So let's think back to our story. So what did Isaiah tell the people to trust God to do? Yeah. Trust that God will bring peace. And who did he promise to send? We know this one. That's an easy one. Jesus, his son. All right. I want you to think about what are some things, and we'll get to use this later. So start thinking now. What are some things we trust God to do? What are some things we trust God to do? Okay, so I'll give you an example. I trust God to take care of my family. Of course, it's partly my job to take care of the family too, but I trust that God's gonna help me, and help my husband take care of our family. Pretty amazing. Alrighty, we're gonna go on to our worksheet. So if you haven't had a chance, go ahead and pause the video now and print it out. Here's what it looks like. Alright. So what picture do you see on the front of your worksheet? It looks familiar, doesn't it? Yeah, this is the picture from the story. There's the building, there's Isaiah. Who was the man who told people what God promised? Ooh, just gave that one away. What was this guy's name? That's right, this is Isaiah. And what did Isaiah tell people God promised? Oh, let's look right here. Let's look right here. This is a picture of a scroll. In Bible times, people wrote on scrolls like we write on pieces of paper in books. The scroll has the words, God will bring peace on it. What did Isaiah tell the people to do tell the people to trust God to do? Bring peace. God will bring peace. Wow, that's pretty cool. All right, I want you guys to grab I want you to get out the rake sticker and the shovel sticker. Okay. So what do a rake and a shovel have to do with what God promised? Do you guys remember? That's right. So God promised that one day, instead of making weapons like swords and guns to fight with people instead would make tools like rakes and shovels. So I want you to add these stickers to the scroll here. Add the stickers to the scroll as a reminder that God said that people will no longer make weapons. They'll start making things that are useful. So now I want you to decorate your scroll any way you like. You can use crayons or colored pencils and make it beautiful and, of course, peaceful. Okay, so I'll start coloring mine, give you guys a quick little example. So I think I'm going to add maybe some hearts, because hearts are a sign of peace, right? Hearts. You know what? I think I'm going to add some hands that are praying. Might look like it. Remember how I'm not nearly as good of a artist as I know you guys are. Well, here we go. There's two hands put together praying and two hearts, okay? So I want you guys to continue decorating your scroll in a way, anyway, something beautiful that shows peace, okay? All right, pause your video now and go ahead and do that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and flip over to the next side of our worksheet, the other side of our worksheet. We're going to be at the top in the blue section, right up here with all the pictures. So who do you guys see here? Who all do you see? All right, well, I see a firefighter, I see a worker, a woodworker, a doctor, a kid, fire, and a building. Okay, I have a feeling we're going to be connecting some of these together. So what do we trust these people over here? What do we trust these people over here to do? Well, let's think about that. First of all, what does a firefighter do? That's right. He puts out fires. So I want you to take your crayon, colored pencil, or marker, and I want you to draw a line from him over to the fire. Just like that. All right. Alrighty, let's see. What do we trust that a doctor will do? What do we trust that a doctor will do? So look at these pictures over here to help you out. That's right. A doctor helps you when you feel sick, makes you feel better. So let's draw that line to the person, and we trust that they will help us get better. Let's draw a line from the doctor to the sick kiddo. All right. Last one. What do we trust that a woodworker can do, or a construction worker? Yeah, he builds things, right? Or builds buildings, builds house. We trust that he can do that. So let's draw a line to connect those two. Okay, so just like that. So now I want you guys to add some things to the page to show how these people do what we trust them to do. Okay? So for example, what does a firefighter use to put out a fire? He's holding it in that picture. Let's see. That's right, a hose. So right next to the firefighter, I want you to draw your very best picture of a hose. Okay? So mine's gonna kind of be swiveled up. Maybe not my best hose, but we'll see. Okay, so here's my fire hose here. And there's water spurting out of it. All right. Okay. What does a doctor use? How do we trust that a doctor is going to be able to take care of us? What's something they use? That's right. So they might use a bandage. We're going to draw a picture of a Band-Aid to remind us that we trust doctors to help take care of us when we are feeling sick. All right. Here's my bandage there. Okay. Last one. What does a construction worker use? What do construction workers use to make buildings? And so they may use bricks, wood, metal, nails. So I'm going to draw a nail here. Boop. Boop. And I think I'll draw a piece of wood. Okay. Maybe you guys could draw a hammer, you could draw a saw, whatever you want. Okay? And you can draw whatever you want for all three of these. Just something they use that you know is something that makes you trust them. Just like we trust God. So we trust God. We trust these people to help us. And who gave them the ability to do these things? God. God gave them the ability. We trust these people to do jobs, and we can trust God to give us help to do things. We can trust God to do a lot of things for us. We're so lucky. All right. So if you need to pause the video so you can finish this part, go ahead and do that now. Okay, moving on. So there are words here. Oops, I gotta unfold so that we can see the words. There are words here, right? Can't really understand what those words say. They're missing letters. I wonder what the message could be. I want you to get out your stickers. So there's 2 stickers left here. There's this one that has a U on it and a puzzle piece. And this one has a D and an exclamation point on it. Ooh, I think we're gonna be using those. They're gonna help us figure out the message. So I want you to put each sticker into the frame that it fits in. So for example, the circle sticker fits in the circle frame. The rectangular sticker fits in the rectangular frame. All right, so I'll do that. And if you don't understand, you'll see exactly what I do in just a minute here. There we go. And if you need to, you could also match the colors. All right. Now that we have all the letters, does anyone know what it says? That's right. It says, trust God. Who gave the message to trust God in the story we heard? Who was that guy? Do you remember? He had the big beard. His name was Isaiah. So now you can add some decorations around it if you wish. It's up to you. We're going to look down here at the heart now. So remember earlier when I asked you to think of some things that you can trust God to do. Things that you can trust God to do. Now I want you to know, how can you trust God? Because God said that we can trust him, right? And because he takes care of us. So that helps us know we can always trust God. I want you to draw a picture of something you can trust God to do in this frame, in this picture, right? In the heart. I want you to draw a picture of something you can trust God to do. All right. Any ideas why you think that it's in the shape of a heart? Do you think it's to show like God's way of showing his love? Yeah. I think, but it also shows peace and love, which is maybe what we lack a little bit. We don't have a lot of peace and love on earth right now. So, I'm working on my picture here. And because I'm using a pen, you can't tell what colors I'm using. But I'll explain to you guys in just a minute. Alrighty. So, something I trust God to do is to provide water for the earth. Okay, so this is my grass, so it should be green. And there's a plant, and it's raining. That's something that I trust God to do. So I want you guys to go ahead and draw a beautiful picture in the heart that shows what you trust God to do. Always remember that one of the things we can trust God to do is to love us. Now, what else can you think of? Go ahead and draw one idea in the heart. Pause your video now and go ahead and do that. Alrighty, I'm sure you guys came up with some beautiful ideas to show that you can trust God. I wish I could see some of them, but I bet they're wonderful. Alright, so we're going to put our hands together in our favorite way to pray. Alright. Repeat after me. Hello, God. Thanks for loving us. We love you too. Thanks for always keeping your promises. We trust you. Amen. Thank you so much for joining me for Kid Time today. And remember, God will bring peace. Even during this time, even during this pandemic, God is going to bring peace to all of us. We just have to trust that God will take care of it. So today marks most likely the last Kid Time that I'm going to record at least for a couple months until we're maybe able to get together at the church service again for Kid Time. So if you're really enjoying these videos, send me an email at liz@ourredeemerlives.org, and I might rethink that. But I just feel like maybe it's not as much of a need right now with kids going back to school. I think there's a lot going on with that. And so I'm planning to discontinue Kid Time until we're able to be together again. Whoever knows when that might be. just know that I love and cherish you all, and we'll be starting Sunday school soon. So you're all welcome to come to Sunday school during the 9:30 worship service at our Redeemer's Lutheran Church. And that would be wonderful if you all attended. But I'm also going to be giving the option for it to be online. So if you would like to stay at home and participate in Sunday school, let me know. And you have the option to Zoom into our lessons. All right. Well, thank you everybody for a wonderful summer. Bye.